The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
Each of those will add between $65 to $70 million of annual run rate. So we see a pathway very quickly to be able to get us from where we are now, 20, 35 with the stuff that has already gotten up and running in Manitoba, and get us to 200 by the end of the year.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Darcy Daubaras. He's the Chief Financial Officer for HIVE Digital Technologies. And Darcy, great to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing great, Steve. Always good to be on with you.
Yeah, so the company out with your financial results for the fiscal year end. And as we've seen throughout this entire year, Darcy, record numbers once again.
Yeah, it's an incredible growth story that we've gone through over the last year. We've continued to talk about it, and this past fiscal year has been the growth in Paraguay, going from 6 exahash to 25 exahash. We always have to do some dealing with the ups and downs of the Bitcoin, but it's also the energizing of our dual engine strategy, taking our high performance computing, moving it from where it was up to $20 million of annual run rate, and then moving that forward over the next 12 months. And I think that moving forward over the next year is going to be a huge growth in our high performance computing side of the business, building that Canadian sovereign, stable AI data center facilities that we're planning on doing. And it's a very exciting time for HIVE.
Yeah, you mentioned the digital, the Bitcoin part of it. I mean, you were able to mine more, 104% increase this year. Revenue is just under $300 million total. So it sounds like, well, you have the AI data center starting to build, and a lot of that, the stuff that you're going to see has even been computed in that in 2026. It seems like that Bitcoin continues to be a strong one for the company.
It absolutely does. When people in the industry are pivoting completely away from the digital currency Bitcoin side, we've continued to embrace it because that's what, in essence, has powered us forward and is paying for our expansion within the data center business. So we've got 300 megawatts down in Paraguay. It's one of the most efficient mining fleets within the industry that we're incredibly proud of, and it gives us that stability of a very high efficient, a good cash flowing to continue to push the whole company forward, whether it's on the AI data center side with the tier 3, but also our tier 1, which has fueled this growth that we've had in the last year.
You mentioned the computing side. Let's talk about that. Revenue was just under $20 million. But as I mentioned, a lot of that was set up for really what's ahead in the next couple of years. And maybe you can sort of talk about that part of the story.
Absolutely. So the 20 million that we've got has been sort of, we'll call it the historical data center build that we've had using the A series NVIDIA cards that we purchased a number of years ago. Now we're getting into making use of this Bell partnership that we've got within Canada. We announced this quite a while ago, and we've got our first cluster of 500 units in their Manitoba facility. That's a $30 million deal over 2 years. So it adds $15 million of annual run rate. So that's taken us from 20 to 35. And we've also announced capacity that we've secured in Bell's facility in Merritt, British Columbia. And we've got 2 large clusters that we're looking at putting in there. So we've secured the space, we've secured the power, and we've got some MOUs that we're looking at with some customers to be able to announce, hopefully in the near future, to put 2 more clusters in there. And each of those will add between $65 to $70 million of annual run rate. So we see a pathway very quickly to be able to get us from where we are now, 20, 35 with the stuff that has already gotten up and running in Manitoba, and get us to 200 by the end of the year. That's sort of our goal. And then past that, we've got goals to be able to get up to 600, and that's using some of the gigafactory that we announced in the Toronto to Waterloo corridor, and also using some of those facilities that we've already got. We announced the Toronto data center airport facility about a year and a half ago. That's 7 megawatts of total capacity, but 4 megawatts of compute. So we've got this pathway to be able to get there. It's not just a pie in the sky. We've got the land, we've got the power. Now we just need to get the customers and the GPU compute in there.
So, Darcy, I guess when you talk to investors, the word is about the financials is it's just hyper growth from here on out.
Absolutely. Fiscal 2026 that we just completed, that was our growth down in Paraguay, our tier one Bitcoin side. In fiscal 2027 moving forward, the focus is going to be on the high performance computing. We've got a lot of stuff in the pathway right now, and we're going to have great growth and looking forward to giving great results to our shareholders moving forward.
All right, we'll leave it there, Darcy. Thanks so much. Good to see you again.
Great. Thanks, Steve. Take care.
All right, Darcy Daubaras, the Chief Financial Officer for HIVE Digital Technologies.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.